Alright, in this one, I'm going to go over the quick update that has happened. Well, at this time, it had been from last Friday, and kind of go over really quickly the things that were kind of done and have been added. So I'm going to actually put the screenshot up here. If you want to view the screenshot here, you can kind of read it for yourself. That is completely up to you. But if you still don't understand or want to have questions, just stay on to the video and I'll explain them all. Alright, so in the first one, which is, or in the first, not first one, but first point that they've added, is they added a skill cast pass, they added the auto cast pass, and extended the cell arise counter. So what that means is, of course, the added the new pass. So if you go all the way down here, the new skill auto pass is right here. So what it does, or allows you to do, is auto cast your abilities on the left hand side, which is your Z, X, C, V, F. If you don't have those, it could be based on whatever your main equip fruit is, or your main equip psychic is. So a lot of those are way too high for me to even do. And maybe not the 14 plus. But anyway. So what that means is that if I was to go in my settings in auto scale, as far as I can tell, people will have this button here, but we'll have to have the pass in order for it to auto cast. So as you can see here, it's if a mob pops, it'll hit auto use my ability. I don't have to hit anything to use it. On top of that is that it makes grinding a little bit easier. The only one thing is it's very annoying because some of the abilities will actually cast you away from the character, which actually will push you. Like if I was to stand up against this thing, let's see if we'll do it, and hopefully a mob or something spawns like right here. I don't think a mob spawns there. Like that, it'll push me away. Yeah, so let me wait for that mob to spawn back. And like any one that will cause me to go away, like my X or V ability, will physically push me away from the wall, which is not bad. But the only thing is, if you're like running around the map and wanted to interact with something in your cast abilities on, if you're technically your character will fall back. Like if it's a V or X, you won't be able to interact with anything till your character comes back to point, which is the only really bug I found. But for right now, I'm turning that off because I want to try and explain this video. On top of that, they actually increased, because I know some people were like, oh, well, it doesn't give me enough time to be able to arise the character. Now, instead of 10 seconds, I know it's going to be kind of hard, go to a brighter map to actually kind of portray this. Instead of 10 seconds, you now have 20 seconds. But since I don't need them, I'm going to sell them. Which, I mean, makes it a lot nicer to be able to give you time to maybe switch, but a lot of times I try to switch my everything before I even think about even before they die, because it seems like even if you're switching abilities before they die, it doesn't actually account for after the fact that they've died. So, all right, now that's number one. So number two is kind of odd that they added a pass for the alchemy efficiency. So now that crafting a potion requires a -2, that pretty much means if I was to go to World 4, which is the potion merge, it used to take 5, now it only takes 3 if you have the pass. Honestly, I only see this probably only worth early game, because late game, of course, late game you'll get thousands, and you're not always using up every single thing. To be honest, the only time I actually use a potion if I'm actively playing. That's usually the only time I ever used it, unless I would only say the only time you would use a potion if you're not would be the damage potion. If you're like attacking the tower and can't kill a boss with your normal setup in time, I would say run a booster the entire time would probably help you out. But yeah, that one's kind of a weird one for me. I don't know how I really fully feel on that one. They've also, so actually I probably should have. Let's see if that raid 1 is still here. Let's see. It is sadly not. All right. Well, I'm gonna show you a little bit later, hopefully. Oh, by rank down 2. But the Ascension Towers or any normal raid, like over on the left-hand side that shows up as a normal raid. So they've increased the time from 10 minutes, or no, from 15, my bad, from 15 minutes to then 20 minutes, which gives you an extra 5 minutes to run the raid or gate. So I noticed people call Ascension Towers raids and the normal things gates, which is fine. It just all depends how you call them. I think I call the normal ones raids and the Ascension Towers just Ascension Towers. But people could pretty much call them however they prefer or however they used to, which is completely up to them. But what I am going to do is go over the final one. And granted, I mentioned this a little bit in the last video, which is the fourth one, and it is the pity for the Zodiacs, which is actually a really nice change. So in the screenshot, it actually says 400. Well, that's what it was for probably about a day or two, and I think they actually changed it. They haven't stated it, but it has been changed. And I'm fairly certain, I'm not actually sure, but I'm wondering since because I have the Zephyr Pass, I think that's what it's called, or some type of pass. Where is it? Give me a moment. The Helver Pass. I'm fairly certain because I have the Helver Pass, it's actually down to 200 instead of 400 because I think this pity is normally 100 is normally 200, but I have 100 pity. I'm wondering if the pass is actually changing this to 200 instead, which is actually even then still having a pity for a Zodiac is actually really good because I've spun my fair share. Let's just say my fair share of diamond chest keys, and haven't pulled a single one. Well, of course, I've pulled one, but it's one that doesn't physically help me. Like, if I need gold, I can't throw on, like, Aquarius or Capricorn or Libra or Scorpio to help me get gold. Or if it's damage I need, I can't throw on Aries, Gemini, Pisces, nor Terius. So it's a weird one, but I mean it's a good one that's gonna help us in the long run. We still be able to get a pity now for Zodiacs, which is a good one. I think that one's the main one that is a good quality of life update. But yeah. Why does that have to be a plus plus? God dang it. But anyway, yeah. This one's gonna be more of a shorter one, kind of just going over the update and everything that entails. Kind of my opinions a little bit on it. Of course, you're gonna have your own, which is completely fine. Honestly, I would like to hear your opinions on this one because mine are pretty mixed. I think that one that's a good one, of course, is the Zodiacs for the Mythic Pity, or for the Pity for the Zodiacs. I think that's a very good one to have. The one that never made sense to me was the Alchemy Efficiency Pass, and Scalecass is kind of a mid, or not mid, but it's kind of like mid tier. I think it's still better. I still think it's better than the Alchemy Pass because there's no really reason for it. but even then, skill cast is good, and I think kind of the cooldown that went from 15 to 20 is all right, but not the greatest either. But it's uh, still a slight quality of life. I would have preferred them having to where they make it a little bit not a little bit easier, but a little bit nicer to attack the zones. Like you could choose, not choose the difficulty, but what? I don't know. I'm getting off topic here, but like I said, not my game. Can't really implement that on it, but it's a nice little update. But I mean, I think they could have been added a little bit more. I really think they probably could have nerfed just the boss from Zone 19. I think the mobs are proper. I think everything's pretty proper. I think the E rank from here is a little high in my opinion. I don't think it should have gone from 63 to 66 and then to like a mid tier like 69. I don't think it should jump almost 100% each mob. That's pretty much what it does. I think it should have been probably closer to like 50%. I think that's pretty much how all the other mobs are. I don't know. I haven't really looked. Yeah. Okay. So it goes 54, 57, 63, or 54, 57, 60, 63, 66. And then just 69. So yeah, it's literally double, basically, not doubles itself, but it literally multiplies itself by 4 or by 100% each time. No, 400% each time. Good lord. Or is that right? No, it'd be by 100%. No, it can't be by 100%. Be technically by 1,000%, because if it's only 100%, it's only multiplied by itself. But anyway, off topic. Multiply it by 100, not by a percentage. There. Good lord. But yeah, I think the mob or the HP of the mobs here could be slightly lower. I'm not saying by a drastic amount. I'm saying that these are fine here. I really think the boss shouldn't be E69. I think it probably should be closer to uh, like probably like 180. Yeah, maybe not even that. Probably even higher. Probably close to like 300 E66, give or take, for the boss from here. Granted, yeah, it's still going to be high, but it's not a huge jump compared to some of the other maps where the jump is only like a couple. But I think this map is really the only one that has a massive jump, and I think the reason why is because a lot of people are getting, or that are not are getting, but already have the Goku at the time. I think a lot of people had a Goku at the time, which shot them up in power, and now I think a lot of people are now gonna have not have this guy, but are able to get the mobs and bosses from this map, which are actually going to be way better to my, I think better than some of the Ascension Towers that you could skip. But I don't know. I haven't been able to look at that to see. So it's kind of still up in the air. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be all for this one. And I think I'm going to give you a teaser for the next one. The next one's going to be pretty much me opening up all my keys. So, thank you. Have a good one.